Hello and welcome to the DSP project. I'm your host Rupert Brown and I'm very excited to be back at Urban Chain Studios with John and Anne.
Hey there. Hi guys.
We're going to take you through into our studio.
Let's do it.
So here we are in Studio 1 and it's looking a lot nicer finished. It looks like everything's in place and you've done more work on the acoustics since last time we were here by the looks.
Yeah. We've made a couple of bass traps in the corners. We'd sort of built them ourselves. We used an Auralex product but also emphasised what it could do and made it perform a little bit better. So we've got like a few bits of Auralex dotted in the places where we knew recordings would be, and some panels that can be moved in and out.
Cool. And looking at the ceiling, I mean, most people will obviously be familiar with a phone, but you have these tiles up here that look almost like office tiles. What's the story with them?
They're little German acoustic tiles that we picked up. Like the whole point of a live room isn't really to be dead. You know, you should be in a completely dry environment. And these allow us to control what frequencies we deaden. You know, so like between 2 and 4K, these really come into their own. So it will allow the roof not to reflect so much.
So you've got TVs in here as well, sitting back and watching some sport, or doesn't seem very productive.
What we decided, but what we did with that is we actually, you know, in a recording studio, many people are aware of the window you have. So with this, we thought, let's get rid of the window. Not only that it leaks sound, but we can interact with them through this, so it keeps it more intimate, and their focus is more on what they're doing, and they can also put their iPod in there and listen to tunes. What else can they do on that?
Well, we've got
DVD.
There's a CD/DVD player that allows you to play MP3. So if a band came in here for a rehearsal or for some pre-production, then they can put in their CD, whatever format's on that, it will play it. And the same with your iPhone, it will play all media from your iPhone.
Cool. And there's a bit of a beast of a synth sitting there, an older gentleman.
Yeah, a little weighted Korg. Just for like, what we find a lot of the time is people ask for pads and synths and stuff to be put onto their tracks to make it a little bit more exotic. So stuff like this just helps that happen. You know, it's weighted as well, so if you did get someone that wants to play piano,
but not only that, even like if they're sitting, you know, on their laptop with Logic open, they don't have to do that. They can sit in here if they're rehearsing and find the sounds they want and go, oh, we like that one, let's put it on. It's just easier and quicker.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker, definitely a lot quicker, And it sounds good. It's not...
it's old school.
Yeah, it's not playing it off a computer. So
people like the old school.
Yeah.
I hear the old school's getting back in fashion these days.
Oh, don't start your drum and bass.
And what about the drum kit here? That looks very nice.
This is a Sonar Drum Kit. We bought this brand new. It originally got delivered to us as a live kit, so we had to take it back. And this is actually a studio kit. It's been played in a bit, but not as much as we want. So
yeah, we've recorded it as well in here. We've recorded the sound of it. We're quite happy.
It sounded great.
Yeah, we recorded. It's cool. Sounds good.
When you say it was a live kit as opposed to a studio kit?
Well, the live kit's bigger. You've got a bigger kick drum, and it's just bigger, really. I mean, it's just perfect for a studio. Yeah,
the studio has smaller shells all around. And in here, you don't really want a 24-inch bass drum.
Yeah.
So we're now in Studio 2, which is sort of a smaller version of Studio 1. What do you guys usually record in here?
Well, this is mainly our vocal room. Like I said in Studio 1, we with the TV and the interaction thing we've got going on. But this is our main vocal booth area. As you can see, we've deadened this out massively. Would you like to step out of the way for a minute, please, John? Thank you very much. So you can get the full view on this. As you can see, it's just foam everywhere, and even when you step into this area, your ears are just doing some mad things. But yeah, we've got great sound recording out of it on vocals, haven't we?
Yeah, just super dry room. The ability to do like guitar cabs, bass cabs,
drums.
yeah, if you want to do drums in here, we can do that. There's going to be a small upright piano in here as well, so we can do piano recording. Same thing really. The way we spec the rooms, we looked at the low frequency response, obviously, because the rooms are quite small and the cubic capacity is quite small. We built bass traps into the corners. There's another one here. Filled them with wadding stuff and just maximised what the other products on the market could do, like the Aural X products. Again, like from the other room, you can see that we've put removable panels. These panels actually can be swapped, so this one could be put in the other room and the other ones could be put in here. So yeah.
And the great thing I love about this room, having the vocal booth totally away from the control room, is like, from my experience of recording vocals, when you're in that booth with the window and like you've got people in the other room chatting away and you can see them while you're singing and that, and it totally puts you off, do you know what I mean? So to have a vocalist down here all on their own, with just that whole, you know, concentration on what they're doing, and you know, when they're here they'll be singing this way, so they're only going to be looking at the TV, so they've just got that.
It's quite intimate, very intimate. It's an intimate space, and that's what we sort of made it for. We understand how difficult some situations are for an artist to get out a good take, and stuff like that is quite easy to solve really with something like this. If they want to turn around, they can see us and talk to us through the talk back, and see us actually at the desk there. But on the other hand, if they don't want to, we can either turn that telly off or they just look this way.
I want to start with Anne. Can you explain to me, let's talk about your musical history before Urban Chain Studios. Where did you start out? What initially got you into music professionally, and how have you ended up where you are now?
Well, I've always played in bands all my life, since the age of 15. And musically orientated by my family, been brought up on from the likes of Simon and Garfunkel all the way through to obviously nowadays stuff. My first major job was working with Peter Andre as a session guitarist and stroke singer, and I was in a band with a guy called Mike as well, and we got involved in quite a lot of production companies and record labels by us doing session stuff. So, and I met John through a gig 2 years ago, and we just kept in contact from then, and we decided one day over a drink, let's start a recording studio, and the rest is, well, this is it, and yeah, it's exciting.
Okay, excellent. So John, let's talk a little bit about your history then. Where did you start out, and where were you before Urban Chain?
When I was younger, like really young, I knew music was what I wanted to do. Like, I loved it. I looked at loads of different types of music when I was really young, and like I remember one, I forgot what it was, but it was so powerful and so emotional that that it almost made me like cry. Like I was probably like 8, and then I realised like how powerful music was, and I don't know, when I got to about 13, 14, I really started enjoying dance music. I grew up in South East London, so it was mainly orientated around dance music at that time, and started DJing really early. Loved the equipment, like always been into new equipment and new technologies that become available.
Did you do some work with live sound as well?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mention that. I mean, all through while DJing, we had our own rigs, and we did some work like in venues around London. And then when I left university, I went to work with a live sound company just down the road from here. Really good fun, like really late nights, but really cool events, cool people, and it's good fun. It's like mixing just on the biggest stereo you can imagine, but yeah, it does take its toll on you. If you've worked in a studio and then you do live work, it's quite difficult because the studio is very organised. Everything's been done in a certain way. When you work with live, really it's just down to getting the job done, and if it doesn't fall down, then we're really happy. So I don't know, I kind of prefer to work in a studio. It's more my environment.